Pattern paper. We all have it, we all love it, but do we use it enough? Today's video, I'm going to be using pattern paper for my cards, and I went through the products from the Gina K Designs release in a previous video that I will link down below if you want to check that out. But today, I'm using that paper pack and ephemera set from the Autumn Splendor card kit. Here's a look at the products that I'm going to be using. So this is the Autumn Splendor ephemera and coordinating die, and then also the paper pack. And I'm going to show you how to use these. So this is a coordinating die that goes with this paper pack. Now, if you were to die cut out every single sheet here, you would get over 400 pieces. I keep mine in these kind of stencil protectors to keep everything in one place. And to use this, all you need to do is take that cover plate die, line up the circles in each corner, and that should align all of your images perfectly. Now I'm going to hold mine down with some Post-it tape. So I'm taping that cover plate to the ephemera piece in the back just to make sure it doesn't shift. And I'm going to be using my Gemini Junior right now to die cut. So this plate just barely fits. And I'm going to trim off that kind of little bit of excess paper on the side because I noticed it kind of curls up when I run it through the machine. So I went through and die cut it, and now you can see I'm just popping everything out, and we have all of these beautiful pieces of ephemera. So you can just kind of grab and die cut as needed. Off screen, I went ahead and kind of made an arrangement. I made two arrangements that I want to use on my card today. And when I had liked the arrangement, I put over some press and seal over the top to kind of hold them in place so I can work with them on my card front. And I really liked how they looked. I didn't want to try and redo it again. So the press and seal works really well here. I picked out some kind of plain patterns or just basic patterns from the Autumn Splendor paper pack, and I'm bringing in the Master Layout 5, which is the circle die, and Master Layout 9, which has the oval die. So that's going to be where my sentiment goes. I'm also going to bring in the Master Layouts 2 die set. I really love this rectangle size, and I'm going to die cut this from each of those pieces of pattern paper. The circle and the oval, I'm going to die cut from some heavyweight white cardstock. I'll be adhering these panels to a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inch piece of white cardstock. So right now I have everything just kind of laid out about where I want it, and I'm really loving the look of this. They're very kind of basic patterns of paper, but the ephemera just really brings everything to life. Right now I'm just looking for sentiments that are going to fit inside of each of my die cuts. And the sentiments I'm using are coming from the Perfect Protea stamp set. I'm sorry if I'm saying that stamp set wrong or that name of that flower wrong. Now, each of them I am going to be stamping in chocolate truffle ink. I just thought the browns really pulled in the fall vibes. Now I can start pulling my card together. So I'm just adding some tape runner behind my pattern paper and adding that to my card front that I created from heavyweight white cardstock. This is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And then I'm going to take my circle and add dot runner behind that as well. I had planned on popping up my ephemera with foam squares, so I really didn't want to add too much dimension other than that. So just making sure that my margins are even on each side, lining up that ephemera piece just to make sure that everything is still kind of fitting and visible. And then I'm adding the foam squares behind this ephemera kind of half wreath that I created. After I remove the backing of each of the foam squares, I'm going to pick this up by the press and seal, line it up, and make sure that my sentiment is still visible, and then just push that down. Now, when I first attached this kind of arrangement to the press and seal, I didn't push real hard because sometimes press and seal can kind of peel away the printing. So I just was really careful when I put the press and seal on, and then just really careful when I was removing it. So this is the first design that I have. I am going to add embellishments to this, but I'm going to finish off my second card here first. I was originally planning on doing a portrait orientation for this card, but decided landscape would be better just to fit the ephemera arrangement I have and the sentiment that I picked out. So once again, I'm going to stamp that in the chocolate truffle ink and just using my Misty tool to make sure that I have that stamped down correctly and getting a good impression. And I really love checkered backgrounds or this kind of buffalo plaid. There are a lot of gorgeous papers in the paper pack, but I honestly tend to stick to basics. It's just easier for me to work with, especially when you have a beautiful ephemera like this to work with. But I'm sure I'll be using the gorgeous patterns in that paper pack some more. Once I adhered my ephemera using my foam squares and carefully peeled away that press and seal, now I can come back in and start working on embellishing my cards. And to do that, I am using the Pearl Mix, and this is in the black, gold, and silver. I'm using the gold out of here and just kind of placing these around my arrangements using my mini glue bottle that is filled with Connect glue and a jewel picker. And that's going to finish off my card projects for you today. I hope you found inspiration in this using your pattern paper. I'm definitely going to be playing with that paper pack some more, using more of the designer prints in that. But I hope you found this inspiring. I will have all of my supplies listed down below in the video description and over on my blog. If you're not already a subscriber, I would love it if you hit that subscribe button and the bell notification so you're notified when new videos are posted. I have lots more inspiration to share. Thanks so much for joining me.